welcome to Mercury's channel. I'm gonna do a podcast here, and I don't have I have like a spot, but I don't really have a spot. Hopefully you guys could like the spot that I'm gonna have next week, because it's gonna be another video. But the reason why I didn't went today because I was delayed I was doing other things, you know. I was doing some stuff that I needed to do. So today I'm gonna record this video. I'm gonna have to explain a little bit about what's happening with TMZ. So TMZ is a organization for people, the paparazzis, that they go to different places. Let's say if they pop out of nowhere, a celebrity, and they come up to them asking questions about, you know, their personal life and what is it that they want to know about them, right? So personally, a lot of like celebrities that we are known by this country, usually in LA, they appeared in West Hollywood. Okay, there's one that appeared in Candle. I mean, she usually was one of the celebrities that was known with Justin Bieber's wife in Hollywood. But anyways, top it off, we're gonna start with a celebrity that was being brutal, and he was actually you know, attacking out of, you know, I guess I understand that they want to, I mean, I wish I had those people that they were admiring you, right? But in this case, this person, I feel that he needs a lot of correction. He needs a lot of like, how to say, this guy is one of the celebrities that I never thought he would ever think about doing that to photographers, to people that wanted to give a thousand applause to this person. So his name is Kanye West, and Kanye West was married to Kim like 8 years ago, and they had a child named Northwest. Now Northwest was born here. I don't know if she was what hospital she was born, but I know that she was born here, and she had siblings in Chicago. I think it was Chicago or another sibling. I forgot. Was it Chicago? Because there was a little boy. I don't remember his other name. But he, you know, Kanye, for some reason, Kim divorced Kanye, and what you about to see, what happened to one of the TMZ reporters. Her name is Melanie. She came up to him and you know, kind of like attacking her in that scene, which I'm surprised that happened to her. Hold up a second.
A few moments later.
Sorry guys, my apologies. So I was saying that how to say it, like you know, had so many thoughts about Kanye West. I know I really didn't like upload the video, but later on, like the second part that I will talk about Kanye West is kind of, to me, you know, I will talk about it in my podcast, why did this happen. So what happened, let me summarize what happened with Kanye West and with the TMZ reporter. So when they're walking by Hollywood, right, they're walking by Hollywood, they Kanye was wearing a black mask, so he was covering everything on his head. It was too hot on that day, so I was thinking, like, why is he wearing a black mask, right? Why is he wearing that? Like, it's too hot. So there's like 4 people, bodyguards, right? Bodyguards, and the TMZ reporters are going that way. Melanie, out of nowhere, she saw him in Hollywood. And then at the end, she was like, oh, let me ask him what really, what's going on with Bianca, because Kanye West was trying to protect Bianca from her account. And she just wanted to know if it's true or not. That the rumors are saying that. So what happened was that she went up to him, right? And she was like, oh, I just want to know if it's true that your wife has free will. Wait, sorry. She was saying that, I just want to know if your wife, is it true that you're controlling? And then all of a sudden, like, he snatched her phone, right? Because she had a phone with her and trying to record him. And he snatched her phone, and all of a sudden when he snatched his phone, literally it went viral because he was telling her in front of like everybody from the TMZ reporter, and they're like, she's a TMZ reporter, and so he was telling her in her face, saying, you're saying that is my wife has free will, and he was mentioning that this is America, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, America? Who cares if this is America? So to brief this up, he was like, oh, this is America, and X, Y, and Z, and yeah. So I was telling you guys that I just thought into my mind that I was like, wow, like, okay, so he was like, this is America, and you're telling me that my wife has free will? Are you crazy? And she was like, I just need my phone, Kanye. And then all of a sudden he was like, like, why are you asking stupid questions like that? All this all of a sudden, right? And it turns out that the TMZ reporter, she was like, oh, I just want my phone, and she didn't really want to answer him because she seems kind of mentally exhausted, right? And she was just trying to ask a question, but the thing is, she was like, if I'm being brutal, and she was not attacking anybody. She was just asked out of curiosity, because when you ask, let's say, someone that gets really offended, right? They get offended by how you're saying it, right? Let's say if you're asking someone with mental illness, and you're like, is it true you have a mental illness? They're gonna get at you, they're gonna get mad at you, the mom, right? That's the same thing as Kanye. So basically it's kind of like they don't want to talk about, you could tell that they don't want to talk about their mental illness. They don't want to talk about how it affects them, to have that. They don't want to talk about they don't want to talk about that they have some God, some sort of like, something that it shouldn't be exposed to anyone. And it's sad to admit it. It's sad to admit something that you don't want to be exposed about, because you actually are, right? So he got offended by her asking that, and you could tell he was like very angry and raged, right? That he couldn't stand her asking that question. I just think that next time, I think that TMZ reporter Melanie should be more calm, recording, and ask her, what you think this is a wonderful day? How's your day going? Little things like that, because asking those questions to anybody, you will never know who you're gonna bump into. You will never know how their reaction is. You will never know how every celebrity that you ask are gonna be their reaction. So I recommend to paparazzis or people that are reporting to this case, or reporting to, let's say I saw I just saw Harry Styles, and I want to know if I want to ask him if he's gay, right? Like, it's kind of like, you know, is it true that you're gay? It's kind of childish to ask, you know, but just keep it to yourself. You know, you never know. You know, you never know what they are thinking, or what what's gonna come in next if you're asking that question. So it's kind of personal, you know, those questions. It's just rather just say, you know, Harry, how's everything? Have a good day. The sun is nice. Or ask, what, you know, what songs do you play? What are my favorite songs? You know, how do you still are you planning to record another song? Right? That's the difference between, hey, is it true that you're gay? Like, it's kind of, you know. So to me, it's kind of like asking that question, right? It's like if they're asking me, is it true that your lump is cricket? And then you're like, who told you that? You know. So I don't want to get offended by that. It seems like people don't want to talk about it, you know, in my personal opinion. But if you ask him about, like, hey, I saw you by down the street, do you live there? And you're like, yeah, you know, and that's, I guess, a difference between that, you know, because you're asking questions that are not really like personal. You're asking questions that are like, hey, you know, I just saw you down the street, and you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, have a good day, you know, and probably we could see each other without asking me other questions, right? Or probably never, you know. So I think TMZ reporters, you know, journalism, have to be very careful how they're acting, how they are, how they're, oh, how they're acting, and you know how they're are like that, you know. So I just, honestly, this is like, to me, you know, it's something that I just didn't know for years, you know. I just didn't know for years that this could happen, could be offended. I mean, not paparazzi, sorry, not even celebrities, but also us, that we're unknown people, that we're like nothing. Like, I'm not saying nothing, but we are something as people to care. Some people that we have and we know, right? We also get offended. Like, we also get offended. I'm not gonna lie. We also feel, we are humans. We all have feelings. You know, we all have feelings of shame. We all have feelings of like doubts. You know, we all have feelings of like confusion, fear, right? Nervous, all that stuff, right? But the whole point is, we have to be careful how we're asking. Now, it's not Melanie's fault. TMZ reporter didn't. I think that's not her fault, even though they seem like it's her fault, but it's not really her fault. It's that the action that it took upon asking, you know, and asking questions that are personal, it could affect anyone, that a celebrity, that people that know, everybody knows. And I think celebrities feel like, I notice like a lot of like celebrities that we meet, and they don't want to be seen, they don't want to be asked, they want to be leave them alone, they want to take pictures, they follow them. So the thing is that I noticed that TMZ reporters, they follow the celebrity everywhere, and I think that's the reason why a lot of celebrities get fed up with it, because they follow them. They don't feel like they're living their lives and saying, they stop and say, hey, hi, have a nice day, I like your songs, or whatever, right? They don't have the, I guess their dream is to like stop and say hi and leave, instead of just following them, thinking that, you know, they're not living their life. They want to live it privately. I understand that, you know, it's something that they want to live privately, live private lives. I think a lot of like celebrities want that, you know, from us, that we're not known by anybody, you know. But they should be happy in a way, because everybody they admire their work, they admire their project, you know, they admire anything that is project, you know. So I just want to let you know that, about that, you know. So hopefully things work out between Kanye and Melanie. I know Melanie, I don't know you, but she seemed like a nice person. You know, she seems like a nice person to me. She seems, honestly, she seems like she want to ask. She's curious. But on the other hand, Kanye has a lot of things going on with women. I think he disrespects women in other ways that I've seen before. I was surprised how brutal, not really brutal, but how aggressive he came up to one of the people that are trying to record him. And he's a suspect of a lost battery, because he actually threw the phone and we don't know where's the phone. So he's the one who is a suspect, because he got mad because they record him. And she says, because you're a celebrity, that's the reason I record you, because we never seen you around. So of course we have to record you. And now he got mad. He's like, why are you recording me? It's kind of, I think that's kind of too much, you know. It's not really the question. I mean, recording is nothing to me. I mean, I understand you don't want to be recorded, but that's too much, you know. You hit a person that's trying to film you, and all of a sudden they want to call the cops on you because you're like, hey, what's wrong with you, you know? So I have no video to prove right now. On the second one, I will. So there's gonna be a second. We're gonna have 3 podcasts at the same time. One is for video, one is for podcasts, and it's gonna be an iHeart, Spotify, and then what else? Dezzer, I think it's called, and Amazon Music. That's what's it called? Amazon Music. And yeah, it's hot here, huh? Always bad. So yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that I'm gonna have another one coming up. So we're gonna have like 3 of them. So yeah, so I'll let you guys go, and hopefully, you know, you guys, oh, he had to have Grammy. Oh, hopefully you guys have a nice day, and peace out. All right.